Oh my god, guys. Is like the camera weird for everybody or is it just me? It's like only like 3/4 of the screen is being shown. I don't give a shit. Anyways, who cares? Doesn't bother me. Oh my god, I look terrible. Wow. My YouTube debut after 17 days and I look like this? Wow. Hi guys. How's everyone doing? I know it has been so long. I am so sorry. Life has been... Guys, life has been so sucky. Hi. I know, it's been so long. I'm so sorry, you guys. I have been trying my best to, like, survive these days, and it's just not been going well. I also just don't really have any content to post. Like, even if I were to, like, try and edit something, there's just, like, nothing to be done, I guess, right now. So I think what I want to do for, like, a coming back video is, like, a Q&A, especially because I am almost done with university. Second time in a row, guys. I'm almost done with university. This time I'm actually graduating. I double-checked, triple-checked with my university and everything. I just have to take my finals next week, and then I'm done. If you guys also don't know, I am going home for a little bit in between university and going into my full-time job. So, like, I'll be going home for 2 weeks, which should be quite nice to see my family and spend Christmas home. So I feel like life has just been, like, so crazy, and, like, let me tell y'all, I have been through a lot of shit in university. Like, I have gone through the worst of the worst, and, like, somehow this semester, I don't even know how, like, I don't know how it could have gotten any worse, because last semester was actual hell. Like, literally, guys, like, I don't want to be dramatic. Last semester sucked. Like, real bad. And, like, in the easiest way I can tell you guys, it was so sucky. But this semester was just somehow worse in different ways, so... I'm trying to get through it. I mean, as you guys know, like, I dyed my hair, I cut my hair. Like, I feel like that just shows you guys, like, how bad my life has been. Because, like, I would have never gone brunette had the circumstances be good. Hold on, everyone. Guys, I forgot to bring my charger. 1 second, please. Oh, but yeah. So, I'm surviving currently. Like I said, I have 3 days of class left. I have 3 exams. One of my exams is a take-home, so I have 4 technically, but I have 3 exams I have to go in person for next week, and then I never have to go again. But I'm also leaving in 2 weeks to go home, so it's, like, so complicated right now. Like, I feel like my brain is, like, on fire. Other than that, it's also been, like, TXT's obviously comeback, and I feel like when it's comeback season, I also go head empty, like, full of just going to events and, like, buying albums and, like, crying, so... As long as it takes your mental health. Oh, bestie, thank you so much. How are you? Honestly, right now, I'm, like, okay. Like, to be honest, like, I could be a lot worse right now. I think knowing that, like, my last day of, like, actual school is over really helped me a lot mentally, because I just was not having it this semester. I was so upset circumstantially at a lot of things that were happening to me, and things just kept on, like, coming and kept on coming, and then there was just more things, and just, like, all this shit adding up was just driving me literally insane. Like, I want to try and, like, not be dramatic about it and be like, oh, like, you know, it was okay. Like, it wasn't okay. The stuff that I faced was just not it. And, like, I obviously always want to tell you guys, like, the real stuff about Korea. Like, I'm not trying to paint Korea as this picture perfect place, because it is not. But, like, guys, it was just not it. The circumstances that I faced were just not it, and the way that I was treated was just absolutely not it, and it just made me feel so shitty, and I just, like, hated life. So yeah, that's kind of why I kind of took a little bit of a hiatus. Also, like I said, during all of this, like, it was TXT's comeback, and then I had my first Fen sign, so, like, things have been happening, but it's, like, I don't even know. The Fen sign was already almost a month ago, so. What are you studying in school? Wait, when was the Fen sign? The 12th. Yeah, it's been a month ago. I was studying business administration, so I'm gonna get my bachelor's degree in business administration in February. But yeah, today, as you guys know, is December 7th, which means 2 days ago, February 5th, was Subin's birthday. So I actually have not been able to attend any birthday cafes for Subin, which is so upsetting because Thursday I had class all day, and then in the middle of the day we did go to see the TXT Hyperfocus movie, and like there was like a special Subin birthday showing where like they gave you an extra poster, and like it says on like on the receipt like happy birthday Subin, so we did that. Yesterday I felt like absolute crap. I spent the entire day in bed. I just needed a day to like recover because I have just not been feeling well. So today is 2 days later, but we're going to the Subin birthday cafes, and we're just gonna be like la 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 buying Subin stuff, and I'm gonna have a really good day. So yeah, me and Katya are going today. So that is my plan for today. I'm excited obviously because it's Subi day and I gotta just get to laugh and giggle and enjoy Subin and just like la 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 la, life isn't real. Then tomorrow obviously I have to work on my take-home exam. I have one more final assignment I have to do, and then like Monday obviously I have my first exam. So today is Subi day. Like no worries, no stress, just Subi. And then like I said, after this week I'm done. I'm really done finally. I'm like truthfully done. Like if they tell me I can't graduate now, I will go down kicking and screaming. Like not even being like not even like in the slightest kidding, like I will go down kicking and screaming. But yes, today is Subi day, so I'm wearing his earrings from last year. I did get his, a lot of people have been asking, I got his birthday merch this year, which was his little bracelet. I love them both. Like this one says Subin and then it has his birthday, and then it says soup in Korean on it, and this one is a house because obviously his little name looks like a house and it's so cute, and it says Subin on the back. So very, very, very cute. And then I also got his keychain and his little letter and everything. I just haven't really been like, honestly, I haven't doing anything. For you guys who are wondering, I have been collecting this album quite seriously. It's been really hard. The pops have been pretty expensive this era, which is just a day in the life of Ariel. So I have been doing pretty well on it. The only ones I'm struggling on are the concept PCs, but I feel like I always struggle on concept PCs. Like the selfies are just more readily available. I finally got one of his Studio Choom PCs in the mail, and I like cried about it, so that was fun. And yeah, I just got a Pokemarket order that is being sent to my house. So I'm doing good. Is the company you're working for hiring? So not that I know of. I'm not really sure. I haven't really been in contact with the company recently because I've done a few things for them here and there, but I messaged them obviously about like finishing school, and then obviously like as you guys know, like I'm gonna be starting my contract soon, but not like really soon. The first thing I'm going to be attending is not until the end of January, if I'm not mistaken. So the dates actually ended up moving back. Like I was supposed to be leaving in the middle of January, but now I'm not gonna be going till the end of January. So I asked my manager, I was like, hey, would it be okay if I just took 2 weeks off? Like obviously they've known that school has been really hard for me this semester. Like every time I visited the company, I've just kind of been like, girl, school is not it. And so I was like, hey, do you mind if I just go home for a bit? And they were like totally supportive. They were like, oh my god, yes, like go be with your family, go spend Christmas, and we'll like work on your contract and everything when you come back, because they really don't need me until January. So I'm really glad that they gave me that time. They're very generous of that. Obviously, like I'm not gonna be getting paid until I start, but like at this point, girl, I need that break. I need that break so bad. So yes, I'm not gonna be starting with them. And then the thing is, because there is schedules abroad, there are schedules abroad, I'm not going to be getting my visa until after I come back, which is fine because obviously the schedules abroad are more important at this moment. So I'll still be on my student visa. I have it until March, so I have until March to find a job. Obviously I already have a job, but obviously, as you guys may or may not know, changing your visa is a very complicated process. There's so much documentation and paperwork and immigration visits involved, so we're going to be doing that when I come back. So yes, it's gonna finally be like the actual changing my visa, actually starting my job, actually going to work every single day, except obviously the weekends. And I really want to try and like start vlogging that for you guys to kind of give you guys like a little show of like how my job works. I still can't vlog when I'm abroad, which is so frustrating, but it's just the rules. I can't vlog when I'm abroad. One day I hope I'll be able to vlog when I'm abroad because I think that'd be so fun to show you guys, but as of right now I will be vlogging like more like mundane stuff, which I think you guys will still enjoy watching. And then next year is gonna have a lot of changes because I do have to move. My company is not located in Seoul, so I am heavily considering relocating outside of Seoul just because of the commute to work every day is about 2 hours one way, so 4 hours round trip. So it just seems like a lot of work, in my opinion, to just do all that commuting just to stay in Seoul for a very overpriced rent. And I'm not gonna be making a lot of money anyway, so I want to move to lower rent. So I will be moving out of Seoul. I will be obviously starting my job, and there's gonna be a lot of changes obviously next year, which will be for the good, I'm sure. I'm very excited about it. So, yes. Hopefully I can start vlogging more when I'm less, like, as you guys can see, there's the eye bags are like, it's not even like the lighting, like they're just that bad. What's my job? So I am going to be working as the global marketing manager for a small K-pop company in Korea. They work in collaboration with a lot of larger companies. They also sell their own albums and they have their own store as well, but they're also kind of like a second party, I suppose you could say, for a lot of K-pop companies. So they work as like the middleman for a lot of K-pop shops overseas, like in America and in Europe, and they help get them albums when they need them. And they also do a lot of activities outside of Korea in which they help with the like planning and processing of a lot of different events. Like obviously in the summer, if you guys don't know, I did get to attend ATEEZ's world tour, and I got to run pop-up stores for ATEEZ. So basically like my company was under a different company which is under KQ, so like we were just helping out in the running of the K-pop store. They have done, I think they did Oneus's, I think it was Taiwan, was it Taiwan concert in November, and they work for a lot of different groups and different companies. Right now they have JYP like in contract, so we actually have like our own official like store, JYP Pobs, right now for Season's Greetings, which I think is so cool. And we're planning obviously to work with more companies in the future. Like I said, I am going abroad in January. I kind of already spoiled it, but I'm trying not to spoil it because a lot of it hasn't been announced yet. But yes, I am going abroad in January with the company again to work on a tour. So that'll be very exciting. So yes. Can I say what company? It's called Create Jump. They're a very small company, but they're awesome. And I've worked with them a lot in the past. If you guys remember when I interviewed Oneus, I think it was about like 2 years ago, 1 year ago, a year ago, I interviewed Oneus, and that was through Create Jump. I also did a lot of translation work for the company that was with them. And then, like I said, like I'm like global marketing manager, but also I will be doing a lot of like the translational work because when we do go overseas, I am the only English speaker on the team. So I do a lot of like the negotiations back and forth between like the Korean companies and the obviously international companies. And then obviously when running events or when running like tours, I will be speaking to all the fans in English, of course, when we are abroad. So yes, it's very fun. We did the ATEEZ tour and it was really, really fun last summer. And now we're going on another tour in the winter, which will kind of be fun, but also I feel like it's gonna be cold. In the US, I'm not going to the US this time, no. I'm going to Europe, which, am I allowed to say? I don't know. I'm going to Europe. I'm going to Europe, although our schedule did change a lot. Originally, I was supposed to be going to different stops of the tour, but now I'm going to different stops. And then there's also a possibility that I have to go to a different tour while we're on the same tour because we're working with 2 companies right now at the same time. So wherever they need me, I'm gonna be basically. And like they kind of asked me, like they're like, Ariel, where do you want to go? And I was like, oh, like I kind of would feel more comfortable going to Europe because I was like, I just speak English. But they were like, oh, we might need you in Asia, and I was like, oh, it's fine. Like just drag me wherever you need me to go, basically. So that's kind of like, it's very much up in the air right now. Like I know I am going to Europe at one point, but how long I will stay in Europe and if I have to go to Asia like in the middle, I don't know. It's a very like, the thing about this job is like, what a lot of people don't understand is very last minute. Like we booked my plane ticket to America last year, like 3 days in advance. Like I don't really have a lot of time to like know the schedules. We don't have plane tickets between cities until like the day before we leave. And it's like, it's quite complicated because like again, like we really do it spontaneously, like where they need me to be, which is fine. But it's like for me as somebody who's like a J and like loves planning, it does hurt my soul a little bit. But obviously like in the industry, I have to be prepared to like be thrown anywhere or stay longer somewhere because of something or go somewhere earlier because of something. So I understand, but it's just, it does stress me out. I'm just letting you know today, I'm getting stressed out. This winter, next winter, technically, I mean, it's January. Do I still send EXID? I would say I haven't unstanned any groups. There's just definitely groups I just pay more attention to than others. Obviously, recently I've really only been paying attention to TXT because honestly, you guys, it's so much easier to stand one group. Let me tell you, in Korea, if you want to go to events and you want to go to broadcasts and you want to go to like every little thing that the group has, it's just so much easier to stand one group. Like, let me tell you, back in the day when I tried to do everything for everyone, it was just so tiring, especially when I'm in school. And now that I'm gonna be working full time, it's not that I don't stand the groups, it's just that I'm more focused on like events for TXT, whereas like I more just like support other groups in the terms of music. Like at the end of the day, I feel like people don't understand like like obviously like this is a music industry, so like I really just love K-pop's music, and like even if I'm not like watching every single freaking like piece of content that a group puts out, like I'm still listening to the music, I'm still streaming, I'm still sat for new like news albums and stuff. Obviously I still listen to them like later than probably most people, but like I really just love the music. Like I really love ENHYPEN's new comeback. At first Dream's new comeback didn't sit with me like in the first like, ooh, this is my favorite song, and then like now that I've heard it so much, I'm kind of obsessed with it. So it's like that's kind of like how I would say, like, whereas like for TXT, like I watch every single piece of content, like everything, every time something comes out, I'm like absolutely sat. Like obviously I'll just show you guys, that's my room right now. Oh, can you see all of the TXT albums over there? Yeah, so like TXT, like have I heard Ice on My Teeth? I have heard Ice on My Teeth, song bangs. Have I heard Strategy? I've heard Strategy on TikTok. I haven't heard the full thing. That came out yesterday though, so please don't DDD, I love DDD. So like yeah, like I love like the music. So I still have a top 5 K-pop groups. I just think at this point in time I don't care. Not that I don't care, but like I just don't care. Like I don't really feel like I need to have like, oh, this group is my number one, this group, well, I mean like obviously TXT are my number one. I'm not gonna say that they're not, but it's like instead of having a top 5, I just love everyone. Like everyone's just doing a great job. And you know what, like back in the day, maybe I cared more about like having a specific number or having like a specific number of ults. Like no, I just don't care anymore. And I think that just happens like growing up, if that makes sense. And like obviously transitioning like in life, like from 2020 to now, like obviously back in 2020, like I was a K-pop YouTuber. I posted every single day on YouTube for like 7 months straight. Like I felt like having concrete numbers and like concrete, like these are my ults, these are who I stan, was a lot easier for people to understand, like because obviously I was sharing my life so much on the internet. Whereas like now, like obviously since I don't post as much anyways, I'm like I just don't give a shit, guys. Like I just listen to the music and I have a great time. That's kind of my life. I don't know. I just really don't care, especially because like there's just so much going on in K-pop constantly that it's just like I just don't care. Like I really don't care. Like if you ask me if I like a group, I'm like, yeah, I like them. Like their music slaps. Or if you ask me like my opinion and I say like, oh, like that song didn't really sit with my ears well, or like it just wasn't really my taste, like I'll be honest. Like that's kind of just what I'll say. Like I definitely have downsized a lot in collecting, and I don't really collect photo cards for anybody but TXT anymore. I don't really collect albums for anyone but TXT anymore. I just kind of buy what I buy and collect what I want to collect, and I don't know, I'm just having a freaking great old time. But it's also, like I said, I am getting older, and now that obviously, like, I'm gonna be doing all this on my own time, like, I know I can't collect everything for everybody, because one, I don't have I'm gonna have a full-time job, but, like, I have to pay my own bills. It's, like, there's a lot of different circumstantial things. Like, I'm gonna be 25 next year, you guys. Like, I'm getting to the point of life where I don't care. I just don't care. I really don't care. Somebody asked about my Spotify Wrapped. Give me a minute, bestie. Last time I was here, you were preparing to study abroad in Korea. I'm happy that everything... Aw, thank you so much, bestie. Like, really, honestly, it has not been easy the past almost 4 years. I have definitely changed a lot as a person. Like, I do not think I am the same person I was when I left. I think I'm still myself, but I have definitely grown a lot here, and I've gone through so many difficult things. It's just, like, I've had no... like... I've had to grow up, and I've had to change the way that I think, and it's not for like a bad thing, it's just kind of like circumstantially that's kind of what's happened. And so yeah, I'm really excited about the future, but I'm still just really exhausted for right now. Like, if I could just be honest with you guys, I'm really exhausted. How do you find out about TXT broadcast or fan events? So everything for TXT and for most groups is just posted on their social media. You either need to be subscribed to their Weverse or like follow them on Twitter. They post all of their like Weverse announcements on Twitter, but it's just so much easier to have their Weverse. If there's like a broadcast, they will announce it on their they'll announce when to apply on their Weverse, and then they'll give you like the time and the date and like what time you have to do everything. It's actually really, really, really easy. I feel like a lot of people think it's a very complicated thing. If they have a public schedule, like a public Fen sign or a public Fen meeting, it'll be on their Weverse. Like it'll say like recording plus mini Fen meeting, and if it says recording plus mini Fen meeting and it gives you like where it's held, it means it's a public event. So like anytime they give you the address for anything, you just know it's public. If there's not an address, it's not a public event, and I feel like that's pretty easy to comprehend. But I know that the announcements can be kind of tricky, especially when you do translate it to English and like the translations kind of don't really match up. But yeah, they kind of just give you the time you need to apply, what you need in order to apply. For every event, you need like the Fen Club, you need to purchase proof of albums on Weverse, so you have to at least buy 3 albums, or like the set of like normal albums, and you'll need the light stick. That's kind of like the generic things you need for applying to events, but honestly, once you do it once, it's very simple, and there are like a lot of different obviously things to help. Like I know if you guys have Kakao Talk, there's like open chattings with like MOAs in Korea, and like I found out a lot about this year. I personally do not join the open chatting because I was in the open chatting for a while, and I just couldn't care. Not that I couldn't care less, it didn't give me what I needed, but like I know for a lot of people it's very helpful to be able to ask questions to other foreigners. So you can look up like foreigners in Korea, MOAs in Korea, and like a lot of people will help give information and stuff. But I would just say for like groups that use Weverse is the most important piece of thing you need. And just remember that for any group in Korea, if you want to go to see them and you want to participate in their events, like you need their fan club, you need the membership. Like you cannot do anything without membership here. Tips on how to get a job like the one you have. It's a really sucky thing to say, but like I would not have gotten this job had it not been for what's that called? Connections. I think the thing with Korea, and like I freaking hate to say it because I think it's such a sucky thing to say, but it's just the truth, is you need connections. You need to know people, you need to market yourself, you need to like, you know, find people that are the same interests as you and like kind of get in. And it's such a sucky thing to say because it's such a terrible piece of advice, but I would have never had this job had it not been for like my friends who recommended me to be a translator, and then they found me as a translator, and then they were like, oh wait, you're like actually really cool, and then they had me for other events, and it's like blah, 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 and then we went down like a little domino effect basically. But it's the suckiest thing to say, and I'm so sorry, but like it is true. Korea is all about connections, and it's all about marketing yourself and like putting yourself out there, and I hate it. It sucks. Like I don't have any other advice than that, and it sucks. Like I wish I could give you other advice, guys. I wish I could, but like unfortunately that's how I got my job, and I don't know if I would be in a like I would have as much of an amazing job as I do if it wasn't for the connections that I had. Actually, I know I wouldn't. Alright, hold on, guys. How the fudge do I do this? Home. Can I see my Spotify Wrapped here? Can you see your Spotify Wrapped on your computer, guys? Oh. Well, my Spotify Wrapped was my #1 #Wrapped / Wrapped. Like on Google. Spotify Wrapped. Baby, you know how to drive me. You decided not to make a change. It's trying to get me to download the app. Anyways, my #1 artist, surprise, was TXT. My #2 was Ariana Grande, I think. #3 was Rise. #4 was NCT Dream. #5 was Sabrina Carpenter. I would say this year I listened to a lot more, not diverse, but like I definitely listened to a lot more like pop music. I really loved obviously Ariana Grande's album. I loved Sabrina Carpenter's music this year. I got really into Sabrina Carpenter this summer, so yes, obviously I listened to Rise a lot. They were blocked. I did block them on my Spotify because of the obviously everything that has been happening with Rise, but they still were on my number one. I mean, they're still on my top artists. And obviously Dream is not surprising. They are my other favorite K-pop group. My top song was I'll See You There Tomorrow by TXT, which shouldn't not be a surprise because that song's freaking everything to me. What was my number 2 song? I know some of my other top songs were Quarter Life on the by TXT, Ring by TXT, Ito by TXT. I can't remember my number 2 song. And my number 2 was also TXT. All 5 were TXT. And yes. I think that all my oh wait, I can see my top songs. Wait, guys. Back for More. Yeah, Back for More is my number. That makes sense. My number 6 song was Impossible by Rise, which is interesting because again I have them blocked, so I don't really understand that, but I don't care. Then like The Boy Is Mine. I love So Let's Go See the Stars by Boy Next Door. Deja Vu by TXT. 3D by JK. Still slaps. Bye by Ariana Grande. Yeah. I just have a random collection of things and I'm having a great time listening. So yeah, that's my Spotify Wrapped. Very, very shocking this year. I know what you're thinking, guys. You're shocked. I know. Very shocking. But yes. Alright guys, we gotta figure out how the heck we're gonna do my hair because it is so greasy and it needs to be washed, but I just cannot be bothered. Also, I'm like not kidding, the bags under my eyes, guys, are crazy. Crazy. So yeah, that's kind of what I will say about Spotify Wrapped. I'm not surprised at all. Like, I knew I'll See You There Tomorrow was gonna be my top song. I'm very proud of the way that I streamed her. Like, I worked hard streaming. I really tried my best to stream I'll See You There Tomorrow to the fullest, to the way that she deserved, so thank you. God. Guys, this is not it. I feel like I look insane. It's okay. But yes. I feel like I look like a poodle. Not a poodle, like a dog. I don't know what kind of dog. Guys, what kind of dog is this given? Yeah, I've heard a lot of different things about Wrapped. Like, me and my sister actually had, like, a debate about it. We think that Wrapped... Well, obviously, everybody knows Wrapped was so messed up this year. I bet it's because Spotify, I heard, like, they, fired a lot of their creative team and have started using AI for a lot of things. So I think that has put into play, like, a lot of different things. Did I dye my hair again? No. However, my roots are growing in, and they are a different color, so that's going to be concerning in about, like, a month. But for right now, no. I will say that this part did fade a lot because this is where, obviously, my hair was more blonde, and this was where my roots were. But as of right now, I don't think it looks bad. It's kind of... It looks very natural, which is great. Even though my roots are kind of coming in a different color, like, it still doesn't look bad. But no, have not dyed it at all. I have not touched it. I have not done anything to make my hair angry. Well, I mean, I use heat on it, but like, guys, I can't not. Is it hard to get a Korean phone number as a foreigner? You need your ARC to get like, to get the authentication you need for like daily life in Korea. So like for Coupang, which is like the Amazon of Korea, or like even like Korean Interpark, you need to have your phone number hooked up to your ARC, which is your visa. So you do need that visa in order to get all that stuff, which is very annoying and stupid, and I hate it. To get a phone number, it's not that hard. You can just like get like a prepaid SIM or whatever and like use it to get around. However, it has to be hooked up to your ARC in order to get accounts and stuff like that. So getting that is really annoying. I know a lot of my friends, like Katya, for instance, has like a prepaid SIM, and she like pays like every 3 months for her SIM. It is connected to her ARC, but like that's how she does it. But like I personally have like a phone plan, so like it's connected to my Wi-Fi and my phone, and it's not like bad. My phone plan was quite inexpensive. I think my phone plan was like 30,000 a month, 40,000 a month. But because I have the Wi-Fi connected now, I pay like 100,000 a month, but it's for, like I said, phone and Wi-Fi. So I guess it's not like terrible, but it's like, Can you get by with just a sim? Yes, you can. However, like I said, you will not be able to make accounts for any of those things I just said. So you can't do food delivery. You can't do a lot of those things that like you see like in Korea. Um, I don't remember what I used when I was a student, but I had a prepaid sim when I was a student. I don't remember what I used. I think I got it from the school, so I think that's why I got it. But I would just look up sim on like just on Google. Do you have an ARC with a student visa? Yes, you get your ARC after I think a month, 2 months of being in Korea. It takes a while. Like it's not something that just comes very easily. Like especially if you're doing it with a school, the school will tell you when you have to register for your ARC and like when you have to get it and blah 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 blah. But it does take a while. It does not come immediately. Unfortunately, it is something that takes a while and is very stupid. Well, not stupid, but it's just how do you say that? Like annoying. Is that a good way to put it? It's just very annoying. But yes, you obviously do have one as a student. I have one right now. I have my ARC and she's my bestie, so should we do like a little like moment to like pretend that I don't have greasy ass hair? Like what do you guys think? Should we do a moment? Guys, it's so bad. My hair is so, what is that called? Like dry and oily and has dandruff, so I wish I could like put my hair up in a ponytail. Also, if you can hear the music playing in the background, just pretend you didn't. Oh my god, somebody asked, did I see Wicked? Girl, did I see Wicked? I fucking saw it, and it was crazy. I loved it. As somebody who did grow up, I watched the Broadway musical when I was little. It was so good, so well done. The casting was amazing. I was gagged the entire time. It was so much fun. The only thing I wish was that, like, I wish I could have been, like, having a little sing-along by myself, but, you know, like, it's fine. I had a great time. Like, I really had a great time. It was so good. I would definitely see it again. Amazing. Did I cry? No, no, no. I am unfortunately not that big. I'm a crier, but I'm not a crier. It's very strange. I'm a very emotional person occasionally. And then sometimes I'm just like, nah. Like, I don't feel anything, so. When am I moving for my job? So my contract is up here in June. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I'll wait until June to move, but I'm kind of thinking I might not wait. I don't know. I don't want to think about it right now because I don't need to worry about it right now. But June. What's my MBTI? INTJ/ENTJ. I've gotten ENTJ a few times. I just don't think I'm an extrovert. I really don't see myself as an extrovert. Everybody thinks I'm this like humongous extrovert because the thing is I have a facade. It's not really a facade. It's just like I have a personality in which I can be very outgoing and I hate awkward silences. So like I'm definitely the person who'll be like, oh my god, guys, blah, blah, blah. And like when people first meet me, they think I am this humongous extrovert, like a very like funny, lighthearted, like la 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 kind of person. But like on the inside, I'm just kind of sad in here. So basically what that is to say is my personality changes with who I'm with. Like if I'm very comfortable with you and like you kind of know who I am, like girl, I'm not gonna be the very happy like la 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 person all the time. I just can't do it. It's freaking exhausting. But if I don't know you very well, I will be that person because I don't know, it's just kind of like how I am. I don't really know how to describe it. It's just literally just how I am. I've had a lot of discussions about this recently with my friends because there was a period of time, especially around the TXT concert, where I was just really sad. Like, I mean, like, you guys, I was miserable. Like, I was so sad because of school, and I couldn't fake it. Like, I could not fake how unhappy I was, and I had a couple people ask me at the TXT concert, like, are you okay? Like, you know, you don't seem yourself. And I'm like, girl, this is just the real me. Like, I don't see myself because I'm just not putting, like, on a face. I'm not pretending to, like, be happy when I'm actually miserable. And, like, obviously, like, at a concert, you don't want to, like think about those like responsibilities you have in life or like think about the sad times, but like it was a really hard weekend for me, honestly, the TXT concert, and I feel like a lot of people really got to see like how I actually am, so sorry about that. Would I still be in the city or more in the countryside? It would be outside of Seoul, so it would be technically countryside, but I would live definitely in a city or like at least somewhere with like cheap coffee or like some restaurants. I definitely wouldn't live countryside, but like it would be outside of Seoul, in what's called Gyeonggi-do, which is the province outside of Seoul. It's like a donut. So I've been there many times. My friend used to live there, down there, so it's not that bad. I mean, like, definitely it's a lot different than Seoul, but it's not, like, terrible, to be honest. So I would survive just fine. But yeah. Sorry guys, I got very distracted there for a second. Guys, I kind of want to put fake nails on. I don't know why. My nails are so long right now. Like, can you guys see that? So it's just really hard to, like, I don't know, do anything because, like, I'm just so worried that my nails are gonna, like, pop off. I'm thinking about putting them on. Guys, what do you think? Should I put them on? Also, guys, like, are we like digging the headband or are we not digging the headband? Like, do you think the headband like kind of hides the terrible quality of my hair? Like, obviously you can still see the dandruff, like that's not going anywhere, I get it, but like, is it okay? Do I look like a dog? Guys, are we digging the headband or not? My hair probably looks terrible from the back, but like the back of my head is not my problem, so I mean, I know I have dandruff, guys, like I just know, but is it bad? Like, I heard living in Korea is a workout. I want to say it's not, but like it really is. Like, there's a hill to get to my school, and like, you guys, I've been going there for almost 4 years now because obviously I was in language school and now I'm in university, and like, girl, it still hurt every time. Like, I still am huffing and puffing up that hill. So like, I want to be like, no, it's not that bad. Like, it's pretty normal, girl. It hurts every time. So, oh my god, my dandruff is all over my sweater vest. No. Yes, it is a workout. I want to say, like, you get used to it, like, you'll be fine, but, like, allegedly, like, it still does hurt. Like, it really does. Like, I want to be not dramatic, but, like, let me be dramatic. It does hurt. Like, I'm huffing and puffing up that hill every single day. Oh, 아이고. No! Oh my god, you guys, want to hear a story? Okay, I have to tell this story. Well, okay, so, okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you a story about something that happened recently in class. And, well, it didn't happen to me. It happened to a friend of mine. It wasn't me. But hypothetically, here's the situation. Hypothetically, if this were to have happened, this was the situation. Hypothetically. It didn't happen, but hypothetically. So basically, hypothetically, there was this person. I'm not gonna name them. There was this student. Okay, how about I'll say there was a student. Not me, just like there was a student, hypothetically. And they were in class, right? And they were giving a presentation, right? You guys, you sticking with me? And they were not from Korea, so they're a foreigner. So obviously, like, they speak Korean to an extent, but they don't speak, like, perfect Korean. Which, like, is totally fine. Like, you know, like, they were trying their best, and they gave their best as they could of a presentation, hypothetically. And, after finishing their presentation, they had their Q&A session, and there was a couple answers during their Q&A session that, like, the questions that were during their Q&A session that they, like, couldn't really answer because it was quite difficult, right? Because, you know, like, I was like, Korean's not their first language, so, like, it was pretty hard, right? And then hypothetically, they were asked this one question that was, like, really difficult, and then the professor was, hypothetically, their professor was like, oh my god, like, do you understand the question? And hypothetically, they were like, well, not really, like, kind of, like, I get, like, the gist, but, like, not all of it, hypothetically, not me. And then the professor explained the question to them, like, in simpler terms, and they didn't really have an answer to the question because it was, like, very, like, imaginative question, like, if this happened, like, what would you think, basically? And the student was just like, no comment, I don't really know. And then, hypothetically, the professor yelled at the entire foreign population of the class and was like, this is why I'm never having foreigners in any of my classes again, because they'll never meet my standards and they'll never be able to, you know, make projects like the other students, the Korean students. And I just can't have it be done anymore. And I think all of the foreign students in this class need to go back to freshman and sophomore level classes, because you guys are just not able to participate in third and fourth year classes because you're just not good enough for these classes, hypothetically. Yeah, what a fun story, right? Like, it was such a fun story. So yeah, I heard that, you know, from a friend, and like I kind of gagged because I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy. But hypothetically, not me. Hypothetically, of course. That's not it. Yeah, I mean, like, I heard from a friend, and like I was like, wow, that's so crazy. Like, my poor friend. Oh, and get this, during the professor's rant, they spoke to my friend in English, trying to prove their point that that person does not deserve to be in a Korean class. In English. And it wasn't good English, it was broken English, from what I heard. I don't know, like I said, I wasn't there, but yeah. My friend was quite disappointed, and my friend cried on the way home. My friend. Not me. Will I miss the person who has dyed my hair before? My stylist? Do I miss my stylist? My stylist was a great guy. Like, he was such an iconic man. I loved him. But unfortunately, my hair can't take it anymore. Like, girl, my hair is on her last piece of life. I kind of want to buy extensions. Like, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about extensions, but like not like expensive ones, just like cheap clip-in ones that I can just like put in my hair and be like, la la la, I have long hair. Oh, and for reference, my friend was the only native English speaker in the class. Like, all of the other foreigners in the class, from what I heard, were not native English speakers or did not speak English at all. So, like, you could tell that the professor was, like, genuinely targeting my friend because nobody else spoke English. My friend. So, yeah, that was a crazy story I heard. Haha. Still, just my friend, guys. Don't worry. Hypothetically, my friend is still very upset about this, if you guys couldn't tell. My poor friend. Katya's university? So Katya goes to a university called, like, I don't fucking remember what it's called. It's called, like, foreign language studies. So everybody in her major, every single person who is a classmate of hers is a foreigner. So everybody's a foreigner. Everybody's learning Korean because she's going into translation. So, like, obviously translating English to Korean, or like their native language to Korean, like, you have to be a foreigner. She does have classes with Koreans because she takes like some kind of like elective-y classes, like so like for instance, she's taking like one about like Korean music and Korean culture or whatever, and like there are some Koreans in that class, but like almost every other class, every single person in her college and like in her university is a foreigner. So she has not had these experiences. No. And the thing is, obviously my friend had really bad experiences, my friend. But I know other people who go to my university, like other foreigners, like white passing foreigners or white foreigners, who have had amazing experiences. Like, one of my friends is in the Buddhism major, because my school is a Buddhist school, and he absolutely loves it. He's had the most amazing time, like the most amazing experience, has never experienced even the tiniest bit of what I've experienced, or what my friend has experienced, and he's white. So it really depends on the major, I think, like in my specific university. I just think the business program is just not it, in my opinion. So that's quite frustrating. Am I from Massachusetts? I am from Massachusetts. How'd you know? Does Katya live on campus or has her own apartment? So Katya lives in a share house in the same town as me. So she has 4 other roommates, and she has 4 flatmates, and then she has 1 roommate, so they live together, and they've lived together like the whole time she's been in Korea. She does want to get her own apartment eventually, but for right now they're staying in the share house because it's just cheaper. Her school is far away, like it's about like 50 minutes away from here, but she's used to living here because she did go to my university for language school, so that's why she decided to live here. Also, her roommate did go to my university, she just graduated, so it was like it made more sense, I guess, for her to live here. She doesn't mind the commute to school. I mean, like, she does in the morning, but yes, she lives like across the street from me in a share house. So I'm actually the only one, like, I'm the only one who has my own apartment. Out of like my friends, like, I mean, like, I have friends who are teachers and they obviously have their own place, but like of my student friends, I'm the only one who has my own apartment. Also, guys, I did not moisturize today. Don't sue me, okay? So yeah. I heard Korean university students speak English really well. Well, I suppose in like the top universities, yeah. In my university, no. No. Like, not at all, mate. Like, not at all. How do you spend Christmas there? So, personally, I have had the past, what, like 4 Christmases here. 3 Christmases here. I usually spend mine at festivals because obviously Christmas is like the day of like Gaeodaejeon, which is like the big K-pop festival here for Christmas. Christmas is a couple's holiday. They don't really spend it with family members. It's not that big of a deal here. Like, I think now, obviously, as we're like getting older and progressing, like maybe it's more of a holiday, but like most likely, like most children aren't receiving presents. Like, there's no big like, you know, Christmas, you know, meeting with your family, extended family, blah blah blah. I guess it depends, obviously, family to family and like circumstance to circumstance, but Christmas is more of a couple's holiday. So that's what I will say. Personally, like I said, I spend most of my Christmases at K-pop events. This year, I did decide, like I said, I'm going home because I want to have a family Christmas. I want to wake up Christmas morning with my brother, my sister, my mom, and like, you know, wear matching Christmas pajamas and like all that stuff, because obviously I will be having a full-time job now, and because Christmas is not really a holiday in Korea, you only get 1 day off, which is Christmas Day. Even on Christmas Eve you have to work, which I know is pretty normal for the States, but however, like, at least for like my family, like Christmas Eve is like our holiday. Like, we're Hispanic, so we call it Noche Buena, and like Noche Buena is like Christmas Eve, so you celebrate Christmas Eve with your family, like extended family, and then like Christmas Day you don't really do shit, you just kind of lay around and like eat leftovers. So because of that, I want to go home this year when I still have the chance to spend it with my family one last time before obviously I get into the craziness of work. But yeah. Do you have any tips for making Korean friends in Korea? I've lived here almost 4 years and I have none. So if you have any tips, you can let me know. But I have absolutely none. I do not have... I have acquaintances. I'll have acquaintances. And I definitely have like people that, like, if I'm in a tiffy or like if I need help, like there's definitely people I can contact and be like, hey, do you know how to do this? Or like, hey, I don't know, like if I were to get into an emergency, like, and I needed like a Korean to like, I don't know, go to the hospital with me, like, I'm sure I could find someone. But what I will say is that like I do not have close friends in the sense that I have like Katya. Obviously, like Katya is like a very big like outlier because she's truthfully like my closest friend in Korea and like in just the world right now. Like she's like my sister, so like it's obviously very different that she and I are very, very close. But I have close friends. They're just not Korean. They're all foreigners. And I want to say it's because of the language barrier or the cultural barrier. However, it's not. It's really not. And it's not at all. Like I have some friends who do speak both Korean and English who are Korean. But again, they're more acquaintances. Like we wouldn't like hang out regularly. Like, and I've definitely made a lot more foreign friends. So yes. No, I don't really have a lot of friends. And I have no tips for you because I don't have any friends. I think it's harder for me to make friends, especially in my university. I felt like an outlier because, you know, my friends are treated so well at school. I'm not treated well at school. And I think you guys can kind of understand that, like, I really talk about it as surface level as I can, but, like, I'm not treated well at school. And it's quite frustrating that I'm not treated well at school from the professors, but, like, you can imagine it's not like students are sticking out for me being like, oh my god, like, professor, you shouldn't act that way towards this foreigner, because it's not how Korea works. So yeah, I'm not very liked at school, and I don't know why. I've never understood why. I don't know if people are intimidated by me because of, like, my English, or, like, they're intimidated by me because they think I don't speak Korean. Like, I don't know why people just do not want to talk to me and do not want to be my friend, but, like, it's just the truth. People do not want to talk to me, they don't want to be my friend. So yeah. I've not met anybody in school that, like, I would, like, seriously, like, consider, like, a lifelong friend. Like I said, I've met acquaintances. I definitely have people that, like, if it was an emergency, like, I could text them. I have people that, like, I go to for information. I'm like, girl, where the hell is this, like, link? And they'll be like, oh, let me help you. So, like, I have those kinds of people, but, like, I've not met, like, a ride or die. Or even just, like, somebody that I'm like, hey, want to go get a coffee? Like, we're not even on that level. It's more just for information purposes because I generally don't know what's going on half the time because obviously, like, they don't fucking send me any emails or anything. I wish I could have. Obviously, I've been here for almost 4 years. Like, I wish I could have said that I have made friends in that time, but I just haven't. And it's not a language barrier issue, so. Sometimes, I feel like you guys know, like, I'm very hard on myself, and, like, I really, like, I'm like, oh, like, I can't speak Korean very well, like, I suck. And then I remember, like, I'm taking university level classes in full Korean, understanding at least 80 to 90% of it, and then, like, taking exams and, like, not doing poorly. And then I remember, like, oh, wait, like, I'm actually not that shit at Korean, it's just that people don't want to talk to me. Because, like, I think a lot of it is, like, I kind of put it back on myself, and I'm like, oh, like, they don't want to talk to me because I suck at Korean, and, like, I can't speak very well, and, like, I won't be able to, like, you know, say what I want to say, but, like, I can. I really can, you know? Like, if I'm in class understanding what the professor's saying and being able to participate, like, girl, I can have a conversation. Especially because conversations are, like, so much easier because it's more contextual. Whereas, like, obviously the professor's gonna say, like, big-ass words and, like, pull out, like, I don't know, math equations. And I'm just like, girl, like, if I can listen to this, like, I can have a conversation with a normal human being. Or, like, somebody my age, you know? Especially because I watch so much content, like, I do know some slang. But it does frustrate me because, like I said, everyone just freaking hates me, guys. Not, like, hates me, they just don't want to talk to me. Which, you know, like, is fair. Because, you know, I don't really want to talk to people either. However, it would have been nice to have made, like, one friend in university. Like, one friend that I can, like, actually call a friend. Like, somebody that I actually, like, would be like, oh my god, let's go get a coffee. Or, like, oh my god, like, let's go have lunch. You know, I don't have one of those who are Korean. So, guess it's my fault. Oh yeah, like, I'm not the kind of person that needs a lot of friends. Like, girl, like, let me tell you, I'm not the kind of person who can keep a lot of friends. I mean, like, I love talking to people and, like, I love constant communication. I'm definitely, like, a person who's really good at texting. I'm, like, obviously always on my phone, but I would much rather have good friends than, like, an artificial relationship. And I think that's why I'm so frustrated by it, because I feel like all my relationships are quite artificial, in terms of, like, friendships now. So I don't mind not having a lot of friends. Like, I'm not used to having a lot of friends anyways. I've never been, like, popular. So I have foreign friends at university. I don't have any foreign friends in my major because there's no foreigners who want to talk to me either. A lot of the foreigners are Chinese or Vietnamese. There's currently, to my knowledge, no other full-time business administration student who is from a Western country. To my knowledge. Obviously there could be, but I've just never met them. Obviously I am a senior, so no, I do not have any friends in my university except for one who he is a Buddhism major, so no. And I mean, like, close friend. Like, of course I know people in my university who are foreigners, but we're not in the same major and we're not close at all, so. I have foreign friends who like K-pop, who I talk to, but again, there's not many of them because I don't have that many friends. It's not me complaining, I'm just stating a fact. I just don't have many friends. Or at least, like, close friends. I should be happy with the person I am. You know, sometimes I can, like, look at myself and be like, you know what, Ariel, like, you don't suck. And I think at the end of the day, like, something I always tell myself, and something I always, you know, is, like, something very important to me, is that, like, I really try not to care what other people think of me. Obviously, I do care because I am human and, like, that's just natural response. But I try not to care what other people think of me because at the end of the day, as long as I know I'm a good person and as long as the person that I respect the most, who is my mother, thinks I'm a good person and, like, the people around me, like, value me as a person and think I'm a good person, I don't really care because I'm not trying to impress everybody. You know, you're not gonna impress everybody. There's gonna be people who don't like you, and, like, that's just a fact of life. For me, it's quite hard because I am quite a people pleaser and I really do not like it when people don't like me. However, I really try and, like, you know, stick it in my brain that, like, again, like, as long as my mom thinks I'm a good person and, like, my mom knows I'm a good person and, like, I know I'm a good person, like, that's really all that should matter. So that's what I try and, like, tell myself. Like, I know my friends think of me as a good person because, like, obviously why would they surround themselves with me if they didn't like me? And it's so funny because, like, there's been a few times where I've been going through something hard and, like, I've heard, like, from my friends, like, Ariel, you're so strong, you're so resilient. And I just don't think of myself as that kind of a person. Like, I know I am, but, like, they kind of say that and I'm like, oh, like, people actually care about me. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. Like, wow. But yeah, I think, yeah. I don't really care what other people think of me, or I try not to care what other people think of me, because at the end of the day, like I said, like, the one person who's got to deal with me 24/7 is me. So as long as I kind of like myself, it's pretty good. And I don't need 1,000 friends to feel good about myself. Like, I'd much rather have, like I said, like 1 to 2 really close friends who know me and who consider me, like, a good person and I consider them good people. And, like, I don't want you guys to think it's picture perfect either, because, like, oh my god, do me and Katya fight? Like, we fight like siblings. Like, we really do, like, argue a lot, but, like, in a sense that, like, we argue like siblings. And obviously I'm so grateful to have her. If I didn't have her, I don't know what the fuck I'd be doing here with my life. But yeah, I think having one really, really close, good friend is much more important to me than, like, 10 artificial friends. Yeah, like I said, knowing that I'm a good person, knowing that I'm trying my best, knowing that I am doing, you know, something that a lot of people couldn't do, remembering that, like, being kind to myself is really hard, but, like, remembering when I'm in class and I feel frustrated or I feel, like, undervalued, like, this is not my first language. I've been learning this language for 4 years, only 4 years, which is kind of crazy to think about, but, like, I started learning this language in 2021, like, seriously, and I'm taking university level classes in 2024. So the fact that I'm here is fucking crazy, and the fact that I can participate is fucking crazy, and, like, I never thought I'd be here. So again, being kind to myself, being proud of myself is hard, but I have to remember that. And, like, when I remember it, I'm like, oh wait, I'm actually kind of cool. So yeah, like I said, it's not really important what other people think of me, it's important what I think of me. So what does he plan on doing with his Buddhism degree? So he's actually double majoring in Buddhism and Korean literature. I don't know what he wants to do. He's currently a sophomore, junior. I don't remember. We met a year ago, so it's all a bit confused in my brain. He's older than me. He's doing his degree now, like a little bit late. I don't know what he wants to do. I don't think he knows what he wants to do, but he does want to stay in Korea. So that's all I know. I have no idea. I don't think he knows. Why do I curse so much on camera now? I think back in the day when I first started YouTube, I didn't curse because I just didn't curse as a person, if that makes sense. Like, I never really, not that I didn't curse, but like I didn't really curse a lot out loud. I think these days I just have a lot of curse about, so I just curse more as a person. And I feel like I've kind of, like I said, you guys know, I've been transitioning more to like give you guys more of my authentic self and try not to be like just happy bubbly Ariel. Like, I want you guys to understand like the other parts of me as well. So I think that's why I curse more. If it's really that big of an issue, you guys just let me know and I will limit the cursing. But I think it's just who I am as a person, I guess. Like, I just curse more in general. I got more to curse about now than I did in 2020. 2020, I didn't really have a lot to curse about. Now these days, I got stuff to curse about. I don't know. How did I meet Katya? We met in language school. 2 of my subscribers were in her class. She started level 1 when I was in level 3. And so my subscribers were like, hey, Ariel, there's this girl in our class who really likes TXT and BTS. Do you want to meet her? And I was like, yes. So they're like, oh, she's Mexican American. And I was like, oh my God, bestie. And we met. We were not close at all. We talked a few times, but we didn't really talk like that much. And then 2023, when Kai was at Fashion Week, he was going to be walking like the red carpet of Fashion Week quite near where we live, and I was like, oh my God, I want to go so bad, but I don't know who I can ask to go with me because I didn't want to go alone, of course. Come on, guys, I would never go alone. So I was like, who do I know who's a MOA in Korea who would want to go? And like spontaneously I texted Katya because I had her number. Like, we had hung out like a few times like in groups, but never like one-on-one. And I was like, how fast can you get to DDP like right now? And she was like, I just woke up, I guess 30 minutes. And I was like, come, Kai's going to Fashion Week in like an hour. And so she showed up and we saw Kai at Fashion Week. That was crazy. And then we like went and had lunch and we talked a bit. And then from that day, it was March 19th, 2023, we have not missed a day not speaking to each other. We just became besties. I don't know really like what exactly happened. I don't know, like, it's just we became besties. We've known each other, like I said, for 3 years, but it was that one day. So yeah, pretty crazy, but yeah. It's funny to us as well because like we've known each other longer. We just never spoke. Pretty crazy to me. But yeah, it's quite funny. I think about it and I'm like, why did I text her? Not in a bad way. I'm just like literally like, why did I text her? Obviously I was quite desperate, which is like accurate and like very true to me, but I just think it's funny. If I hadn't texted her, life would be a lot different right now, let me tell y'all. Like, we didn't talk at all, guys, like at all. TXT brings friendships together, period. Actually, it was Kai. It was all Kai. I think Kai. Do I like Formula 1? I don't know anything about Formula 1. I'm so sorry, bestie. Like, I know nothing at all about cars and racing. I see it on TikTok, but I don't know, actually. I have no idea. I'll be around, baby. Sorry, guys. I'm picking out which nail to put on which nail. This is very intricate work, guys. But yeah, Katya and I have been very close. Fun fact, she probably won't, but I'm trying to convince her to come to Boston. I know it's funny, like, we're both going home, and I'm like, come visit me, but, like, I'm trying to convince her to come to Boston for New Year's, so hopefully she comes. That'd be so much fun. Like, I can't imagine her coming to Boston and me showing her around this town that I don't know anything about. Like, I think it'd be so much fun. But yeah, fingers crossed we can make some Dundalk Diaries content in Boston. That'd be so much fun. Like, I can't even imagine. It'd be so much fun. Like, I'm just, like, thinking about it now, and I'm just like, that's so much fun. We'll see what happens, though. She's not very convinced. Born as hell. What else? What state is Katya from? Texas. Well, she's obviously from Mexico, but she grew up in Texas. I love Boston. Might just be you, mate. Might just be you. I am not a Boston lover, but that's okay. I don't have to. Is she also from the States? Yes, she is. Well, she was born in Mexico, but she grew up in the States. Can we expect any home vlogs, mayhaps? Do you want home vlogs? Like, I don't really know what I'm going to be doing at home. I really just plan on sitting on the couch and, like, chilling with the dogs. But, like, if you want to see it, I can provide it, you know? Like, I'll do it for y'all. Somebody asked about Korean math. Girl, Korean math sucks. It's the bane of my existence, actually. You're from Connecticut? Bestie, don't worry. I hate Connecticut. Like, not in, like, I actually hate Connecticut, but, like, in, like, a joking way, I hate Connecticut. I feel like Bostonians just kind of hate Connecticut. It's just kind of, like, silly. Like, I'm like, oh, I hate Connecticut. I have nothing to hate about Connecticut, but I hate Connecticut. So I get that. It's kind of silly. I like it. Angel. Guys, my thumbs are not going to be the same size. This is crazy. What am I going to do? But the thing is, this thumb is... Have I been to Mexico? I've never been to Mexico, no. I've only been to Central America, and I went to Belize when I was in high school. I've never been to, like, South America. Somebody said it's hard to study math in Korean. Yes, the bane of my existence. Hate it so much. Can never do it. Drives me insane. Cannot stand it. Guys, my nails are so big. Like, I'm trying to figure out which nail to put on which, and it's just not working. Like, my nails are just too big. All right, I think we're gonna go with it. Any new groups have your eye other than Boy Next Door? New groups. Other than Boy Next Door, I really like I like ZB1's music. I think they are so funny, and I think they're killing it. Who else is a new group, guys? Please fill me in. I don't remember anything. Are there any new groups I should check out? Like, I feel like Boy Next Door is, like, the biggest one I'm into. Sucks being from a small town. I am also from a small town, so I truthfully do get it, bestie. I promise. Like, I say I'm from Boston. I'm not from Boston. It's a lie. I'm lying to you. I'm kind of lying to y'all. Sorry, guys. It's not like a lie, but it's kind of a lie. Anyways. Forgot I didn't respond to Cocktail. Oopsies. Did I watch Mama? I did. I did watch Mama. Who performed at Mama? Oh, Boy Next Door performed so good. I really liked Rise's performance. They killed it. I watched it. They killed it. I haven't seen Rise's MMA performance. I want to watch it so bad. So bad. Would you go to your 10-year high school reunion? Okay, that's gonna be 2028. Have I heard Igloo? Of course I've heard Igloo. Make 'em go, I've seen edits to Igloo. 2028. What year is it? It's gonna be 2025. So 3 years from now. Nah, honestly, I think no. Like, I just don't need to see those people again. I had a pretty bad experience in high school. I don't really have any friends from high school. I guess I would consider going because I did graduate with my cousin. We were in the same graduating class. If she wanted to go, and I was in the States, I would consider going with her. However, she does have a partner, so like if she was bringing her partner, then I would maybe back up because like, girl, there's no way I'm getting a boyfriend in the next 3 years, so like that's gonna be off limits. Plus, I don't think I would want my boyfriend or to go through that. Like that's just rough. So I would be curious to see if I change my mind, but no, I don't want to go. No, I'm good. That's my answer of the day. No. Actually, I don't want to go. We'll see if I change my mind in the next 3 years, but no, I'm good. Thank you, though. Thank you for asking. Very polite of you, but no. I just had a really terrible experience in high school, and like, I just don't need to see those people again. Do I like to live alone? Yes and no. I am the kind of person who really likes being alone and who really likes having their own space, but I also am naturally just like lonely, if that makes sense. Like I get pretty lonely. So I think it's quite hard for me living alone because I have those tendencies of like days where I don't want to go anywhere, I don't want to do anything, but I don't want to be alone. But I would say overall the positives outweigh the negatives, and I much prefer living alone. I don't think I could deal with a roommate at this very moment in time. I think it would actually drive me insane. So I'm gonna say yes, I like living alone. Guys, my nail glue's not working. Not this. But yeah, I would say yes and no. There's definitely positive and negatives about everything in life, and I don't know. In this situation, I like living alone. Do I like NCT Wish? NCT Wish has really good music. Really good music. I truthfully am like attempting so hard not to get into them. But I did actually get gifted one of their albums from my company. They gifted me one of the versions of the album, and I definitely kept it, and I love it, and they're adorable, so I love them. Did I enjoy traveling to Japan? I really, really, really did. I actually would love to go back like anytime soon. I had such a good experience in all my travels to Japan. I would say Osaka was the only one that was like maybe a little bit out of my comfort zone. Maybe it's just because my first trip, but I went to Tokyo twice this summer. I loved both times. I went to Fukuoka. Fukuoka was beautiful. I loved Fukuoka. So yeah, I really did enjoy Japan. The only thing with Japan, obviously, is that like because I don't speak the language, it is obviously a lot more hard to get around, and it's just a lot more out of my comfort zone because I'm so used to living in Korea where I know the language. But for vacation, like it's really, really great. I had a great time. Look. I put my first nail on. But yeah, I really did like Japan. Like, truthfully, I had a great experience. And a loft, yeah. I would also love to get a loft. My friend lived outside of Seoul, and she had the most beautiful large apartment. And, like, every time I think about moving out of Seoul, thinking if I could get that, I'm like, oh, I wish I could just... I don't know. I wish I could just live in her apartment. I can't, but... Oh my god. I'm struggling so much, y'all. Struggling so much. Please don't do this to me. Bestie. How does Japan compare to Korea? It's very different. Like, it's very different. I don't know how to describe it. It's very different. I don't know if I could describe it. Like, it's just different. Different vibes. Obviously, for me, like, speaking Korean, getting around Korea is so easy and, like, so convenient for me. Whereas, like, obviously, Japan is a lot more outside my comfort zone, like I said. In terms of the city life, it's quite similar, I would say. Like, Seoul and Tokyo are quite similar, but obviously different in the way that it's a different country. But yeah, it's they're both really nice. I like them both. Obviously, I prefer living in Seoul because I do speak Korean, and I have lived here for so long that it's just like it's much more comfortable for me. But oh my god, you guys, I can't do it. So me and Amanda still keep in touch. We're not as close as we used to be, obviously. That's because life gets in the way of everything. But we respond to each other's stories. We text occasionally. I don't know. I would say we're still friends. It's just like life has gotten in the way. We have different friend groups. Like, we're at different stages of life. It's just different. I don't know. I still care for her, obviously, a lot. And, like, she's still, like, somebody who I would consider, you know, as, like, if I needed something and, like, I know she would be there for me. And, like, obviously I would do the same for her. But we're just not close, like, in the way that we used to be. Obviously, like, still care for her. And, like, I think she's a really great person. But it's just, like, sometimes, like, in life, like, you just kind of grow apart from people naturally. And, like, that's totally fine. I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. I don't think it really bothers her. We're both just, like, doing different things. We both have different interests. It's just natural. We still follow each other. We still talk. Is she a teacher? Is she in Stoll? Yes and yes. From what I know. I don't think she's moved. If she has moved, then I have no idea what's going on with her life. Let's just put it that way. If she's moved, then I'm confused. But I believe she's still at the same school that she was when, like, a year or two ago. Ugh. As far as I know, yes. We follow each other on our close friends, so, like, surely she would have said something. I'm always on Instagram, so, like, I keep up for the updates. Like, I'm sad. We texted about Mofu-san, like, the cats. We texted about that like, a month ago. She was gonna get me the cats because I couldn't find them. But, yes. I think, again, naturally, it's people just grow apart. And it's not that I don't care for her. We're not friends. It's just, like, again, different friend groups, different situations. Like, we like different things. She likes TXT, but she's not very into them. She likes different groups. She's honestly, I wouldn't say she's fallen out of K-pop, but, like, she became a big carrot. And then she obviously had friends who were obviously into 17 as well. So, I don't know, it's just, like, situational. I feel like that just happens, though, naturally. I don't know. No hard feelings whatsoever. I still adore her. I still think she's amazing. And if she texts me to hang out right now, I'd be like, bet. That makes sense. Like, I don't know. No hard feelings at all. Do I still talk to my friends from my college vlogs? No. I have not spoken to them since college. Would I ever consider getting, oh my god, a vacation house in Japan? No. If I were to ever buy property in another country, I would love to buy property in the States. I understand property in the States is so freaking expensive and I'd have to be like a gazillionaire or at least have more money than I do now, and I totally get that. But I think in the future, say for instance, I were to get married in Korea and start my family in Korea, I would love to have property in the States near my mom so that when I visited, I wouldn't have to be overstepping or, you know, have to like worry about staying at somebody's house or like, again, like just all the technicalities of that just seems just so complicated. I'd much rather have my own space for me and like my family to go to when I visited. So I think that's what I'll say is like if I were to buy property in another country, it would be in the States. But again, right now in my life as a 24-year-old in this very, what time is it? Girl. It's 12:12 p.m. on December 7th of 2024. I don't want to think about it. I don't need to think about it. Like all I got to think about is me. I put myself first, you know, like I got nobody to worry about but me. I have nobody to take care of but me. So right now I really don't have to think about it. But if I were to give you like a perhaps in the future, obviously it'd be very situational depending on like my spouse's nationality as well. Like if I marry somebody who's from Japan, like of course, like if they wanted that, like and we could afford it, like that's something I would definitely do. Like just how much I want to like have something in the States, like if they were like, hey, I want to buy something in Japan, I'd be like, girl, let's do it. Like, you know, like I would support that as well. But in this very moment in time, like I don't have to worry about it, if that makes sense. Would you want a pet in Korea? Not now, because I just don't have the time, and obviously once I start my job, I really won't have the time. No, not now. I think possibly in the future, but for me, I've always imagined having kids and then getting a pet, or like having a pet and then having kids kind of thing. So like I feel like I would have to be really settled in order to get a pet because I feel like it's obviously such a big responsibility and I just don't have the time, nor not to say that like not to be selfish, but like I just really want to spend time on myself, and like I really need to just kind of focus on me these days. And like, you know, you guys, the crippling depression is not doing well over here, so like I I really gotta put me first. And I think right now I just gotta keep putting myself first and like worrying about myself. Obviously I do worry about my family and like um this may be like oversharing, but like my sister is getting ready to get married. She hasn't been proposed to yet, but she asked me to go ring shopping with her and her boyfriend and my mom when I go home. So she is preparing for that stage of her life, which is great for her. Like I'm very happy for her, but it's like I'm just not at that stage where I'm ready for any of that. Like obviously if it happened, it happened, but I think right now I'm just so focused on like myself and like what I want to do and my career and like my hobbies and well, I don't really have a lot of hobbies, but you know what I mean? Like I'm really focused on me right now. So I just can't even fathom caring for another being right now, to be honest. Like, girl, I care about my collections. You know, I think I just have really different values of like what I want in my life right now than maybe other people my age, but I don't know. I'm having a great time right now, and I'm just gonna keep having a great time. That's what I will say. How do you feel about the low birth rate in Korea? Does that change your family views if you marry a Korean man? I hmm. I want kids. It's been my biggest goal in life to have a family. I when I was asked when I was younger, what do I want to be when I grow up? I would say I want to be a mom. And I know that's for a lot of people, like maybe they don't feel that way or like they felt differently, but like that's been my biggest dream since I was a kid. Like, I mean, like 3, 4 years old, like that was my dream. Um, I told you guys this a lot, but my mom is my favorite person in the world. I think she is the most brilliant person in the entire world. I think she's just like my biggest inspiration, my biggest role model, my like favorite person ever. Not to say that like we get along every single day because we don't, but I just really, really, really like worship my mom and everything that she thinks and everything that she says, and I just adore her. And so I have always, 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 always wanted to be that person for somebody. Like, I want to be the person that somebody goes to, you know, when they need advice, or, you know, like, I call my mom still. Like, if I'm feeling sick, like, girl, I'm dialing her, and I'm like, Mom, you won't believe what just happened, or, you know, like, when life happens and, you know, shitty professors come along, or I had a bad day, like, she's the one person I want to talk to. So, yes, I adore my mom. I completely, completely adore my mom. And I just, I've always wanted to be that person for somebody. So that is my biggest dream in life. I know it might not seem like it because I collect photo cards and I'm just a silly little K-pop YouTuber here, but it is my biggest dream in life. So it does not deter me. The low birth rate does not deter me. Educationally, how children are raised here, that does obviously raise some concerns for me because there's a lot of things about living here that was very different from how I was raised. So it does definitely make me think about it a lot. But again, because I'm not at that stage right now where like I need to be a mother now and I don't have a partner either, so I'm just not really like thinking about it. It's something that would have to be discussions down the line, again, depending on my partner's personality, nationality as well. Like if I find someone and they're like, hey, I want to go to America, I would consider, you know what I mean? Like if that's what they want, like I have to obviously consider what they want as well and like what's best for my family. So yeah. I'm not saying I'll stay in Korea forever. You guys know that. Like I've definitely said that. I'm willing to stay in Korea forever, but like if situationally like there's a better opportunity somewhere else, like I will go somewhere else because of my family. So, yeah. It's still my biggest dream. It's still my biggest want in life. It's my biggest hope and desire is to fall in love, get married, have a family. But I think more than that, I just really want to be a mom. So, yeah. All that to say, no, it doesn't deter me, the birth rate. Obviously, it might deter me when I'm at the stage where I want to have a baby, but right now I really don't want to have a baby, so it doesn't deter me right now. Again, I think everything is quite situational. Like, I'm not at the stage where, like, I even can think about having a baby, because, like, girl, I'm thinking about buying Subin photo cards right now. Like, we're not at that stage. So, have you ever had a boyfriend? Shocking, guys. Guys, this is gonna be shocking. I have lore drop. I've never had a boyfriend. I've never been in a relationship. I've never been in a talking stage. I have never had my first kiss. I have never been on a date, and I've never had a significant other, a boyfriend. No, never, ever in my life. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, that's so weird. And I'm like, well, that's all I know. Like, all I know is that I've never had one, so, like, can't say anything about it. It's not like someone's, like, breaking down the walls trying to change that. So, like, girl, no, I've never. Am I opposed to it? No, I'm not opposed to it. However, it's just never happened, and until it happens, I'm gonna be sitting here collecting my photo cards. Well, I'll still be collecting photo cards after. Who am I kidding? But, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know, it's just never happened. So, no. I have not. Very shockingly, I know. I know what you guys are gonna think. Ariel, what the hell? Like, that's crazy. Well, yes. Yes, it is. However, it is really all I know, so I don't know. I'm 24, another kiss. Oh my god, Bessie, you and me. Yeah, never had my first kiss. Just kind of be like that, guys. Like, what can I say? It's not that I don't want it, because I obviously, like, yes, I wish for companionship. I'm always, like, lonely and sad, but, like, girl, do I get approached on the street by guys for your number? It's happened maybe, like, 5-ish times. It's maybe, like, 4 or 5 times. I've never actually given my number out on the street, shockingly. But a few times, yeah. It's just always happened in circumstances where I'm just, like, not in the mood. Like, I just don't. Not that I'm not. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, no, I've never given out my number on the street. No. I never. One time I was on the. OMG, were they ugly? Were they cute? Girl, if they were cute, I would have said yeah. No, there was one time where I was at a bar, and it was New Year's. I think it was like 2022, maybe. And let me tell you, a very handsome guy approached me. I was like, hey, you're cute. Can I have your number? And I was like, no. So I'd say one time. Well, actually, I mean, I didn't really think they were that handsome. Like, I mean, like, okay, like, they were not bad looking, but, like, when he left, all my friends were like, what did he say? Like, why'd you say no? And I was like, I don't know. It was like, at the time, I just wasn't interested, I guess. So I was like, well, whatever. Lost soul. But, like, I don't know. Girl, why? Well, there was a lot of circumstances in which I said no in that night, but I don't need to go into that. But basically, that was, like, the one time I felt like I really... Guys, what do you think? TD. My pink nails. If it happened now, would you be interested? I want to say yes. Like, I really truthfully want to be like, yeah, oh my god, I would love it. But, like, the circumstances that would have to happen would be, like, I would have to go out. I'd have to be somewhere. I'd have to be out late. Like, oh. Like, whoa. I don't know if I can do it, guys. I don't know. I guess maybe. I'll say, how about this? Never say never. Do I have a type, girl? Of course I have a type. Am I really that picky? No, I'm not that picky. I've had crushes before. Like, you guys, I need to understand, like, I've had crushes. Like, I've definitely had people where I'm like, oh my god, like, I have a crush on you. Like, I had a really bad crush last year. It was really bad. Not, like, really bad in the sense, like, I was down really bad. It was just, like, circumstantially, like, girl, it was just horrible. It was, like, my first crush I've had, like, as an adult. It was horrible. Never doing that again. I felt like an idiot. Like, an idiot. But you're not an idiot if you have a crush. It's normal. I really did feel like an idiot. Like, I don't know. I don't like that feeling of, like, feeling, like, so, like, stressed out and, like, perceived and, like, I don't know. I don't know. I want someone to approach me and be like, Ariel, you're the most beautiful, smart, wonderful person I've ever seen in my entire life. And, like, I want them to know who I am. I don't want them just to approach based off looks. Because, like, okay, if they're approaching me based off looks, like, that's fine. Whatever. Like, obviously, like, I'm a beautiful woman. I get it. But, like, I just would much rather somebody, like, be friends with me and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my god, wait, like, you're actually the perfect person for me. Like, let's date. And I'd be like, okay. I think that would be, like, my ideal kind of relationship. Guys, everyone's asking me if I have a type. Of course I have a type. Of course I have high standards. Of course. Do I actually think I would, like, fully, like, stick to them? I don't know, okay? It's never happened to me. Nobody has ever, like, known me and then be like, hey, want to go on a date? It's always been random people who just come up to me on the street and I'm like, nah. So, well, I don't know. I don't know how I would act. I don't know how I would be. I don't know. I just don't know, okay? I just don't know. It's never happened to me. Kind of hope it doesn't for a while because, like, I'm not really in the mental state for all of that. But if it happens, it happens. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. In this point in time, I don't care. Would I ever do a marriage pact? With who? Was it somebody from school? Yes, it was somebody from school I had a crush on. Yes. Don't worry, the ship has sailed. I got over it. Quite quick. Quite quick. I bounced back to my normal self. Am I into Korean nightlife? No. I actually hate going out at night. I don't like alcohol. I don't like drinking. I don't like clubs. I don't like packed crowds. I don't like any of that. So, no, I don't actually. I much rather be in bed by 7 p.m. like scrolling on TikTok until I fall asleep. That is my kind of night. I'm just freaking exhausted, you guys. I just get so tired so easily. Not even the clubs will play K-pop. I'll go every once in a while, but I'm not like every weekend, let's go party. Because, like, no. The weekend is my time to, like, refresh, get a whole hold on, like, whatever just happened that week, and, like, I don't know. No. Am I going anywhere? Yes, I'm going out right now. I'm going to Subin Birthday Cafes with my friend. I'm getting dressed up to go see Subin. Also, somebody said that they've only held hands romantically with a man. Guys, I held hands with Subin, so basically I've held hands with a man. I know. Actually, no. I held hands with Subin, Bumgyu, and Kai, and Tan. So I've held hands romantically with 4 men. Anyways. It was basically, oh my god, it was basically like blind dating, guys. I've been on blind dates with TXT at a fan sign. I'm joking, okay? I'm joking. It's just so funny to me. Okay? Everyone, I'm joking. I do not mean this at all. Please understand, I'm joking. It's just really funny to me, okay? If you don't think it's funny, that's okay. We have different humor. Whew! Anyways, guys. Didn't know how we got to my love life, but no, it's a non-existent love life. If somebody were to come up to me today and be like, hey, can I have your number? I would consider, I guess, but like, it's not really something I'm looking for right now. I am a hopeless romantic. I want something to happen to me in a very romantic way. I don't know why. I'm just that kind of a person. I think probably because I've never experienced it. I just want to experience it in a specific way. So I have all of these expectations that I know are never going to be met, but it's just like how I am. And yeah. So my ideal type in K-pop is Subin. Not just for his looks. I feel like people always think it's just for his looks. I really do admire his personality. I think he is silly and I think he's very himself. And I love just the way he interacts with his members and with other people. I love so much about him. Like, so much about him is just, he's my ideal type. But I admire him also in a way, like, where, like, without, like, romantic feelings as well. I just admire the man so much. I just adore him, okay? I adore him so much. I adore him so much, and, like, I love him, and I think he is just one of the best people in the entire world, okay? So that, and then, yes, I'm a hopeless romantic who wants, not a K-drama moment, because I know that's not gonna happen, but I just want somebody to look me in the eyes and say, like, I really respect you, or I really appreciate you, and I want to know you better, or I just want somebody to want to me, I guess. I feel like that's, like, the thing, and not in the sense of, like, physical attraction, because as much as physical attraction is important, I'd much rather somebody be like, oh my god, Ariel, you're so funny, or like, Ariel, I love your personality. Like, that's to me what I want. And because that's never happened, I am going to keep my standards high and go on with my life. Because do I need it right now? Sure. Do I really care if it happens or not? No. Never tried blue mascara. I would consider it. MBTI INTJ. Technically ENTJ as well, but the weight of my heart is being told I'm funny. No, literally the weight of my heart is somebody be like, oh my god, your personality is so funny. Like, you're so cool. I admire you. I respect you. I'd be like, oh, that's so crazy. Me too. Guys, I wanted to wear a red lip today. I'm going Christmassy vibes. I don't know why, but I feel like if I could film a video to see what kind of content would I want to be, like something fun, like a game, or like guessing something, or like doing something interactive and fun. An interview would be fine, like I could do an interview, but I think it'd be so much fun to like do something like silly and fun. I don't know. I just want to be like unserious and just have fun and like laugh and like giggle and like be able to like giggle when they do something cute and like not feel like an idiot, you know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like if you're doing an interview, like if you like giggle like because they're doing something cute, you kind of feel like an idiot. Like when I was interviewing Oneness, like they would say something and I'd be like, oh, that's so crazy, I'm blushing, and then it kind of just felt not wrong, but it just felt weird, you know? Whereas like I feel like if you're playing a game or if you're doing something more like, you know, interactive, like you can giggle and like everyone will be like, oh, like that's, yeah, I get it, you know what I mean? I don't know, doesn't really make sense to me. Not this, guys, not this. I can't open. No! I can't open my blush. No! Oh, it's over, guys. I can't open it. Oh my god. Red lip suits you? Thank you. I love a red lip. I love it so much. And I never get to do it because I don't know. Actually, I don't know why. Ugh. Ugh. I can't get it open. I wanted to put more blush on. I feel like I need more blush because of the lip. Just gonna pretend there's blush on this. Okay, that's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little bit better. Alright, anyways. Oh my god, I have been yapping for like an hour and a half. I don't know how any of you guys can stand me. Like I said, I will want to be doing a Q&A soon, so I'm gonna drop a little community tab post of like, if you have any questions, please let me know, because I really want to do... What do I do with all the albums that I used to apply for Fansign? So I'm not going to say specifically how many albums I used to apply for a Fansign, because there's just so many things regarding exactly how I got into the Fansign that one day I will share with you guys, but for right now I can't share it. But basically, I didn't buy that many albums. One day I will tell you guys the details, but I'm just not going to do it right now. That's such a long process. I'm going to post on my community tab, like, right now when I get on the train. Like, if you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. And I'll be doing a Q&A very soon, hopefully, when I don't look dead. I'll be updating that, and then you can stay out for content on the Dunzac Diaries channel. We just reached 500 subscribers, so thank you guys so much. If you guys want to go check out our content there, I would highly suggest, because we've made a lot of fun videos. If you guys obviously don't follow us on TikTok as well, follow us on TikTok, follow me on TikTok, you can follow me on Instagram. I always post on Instagram, I'm always updating on Instagram. So if you guys want to stay up to me day to day, like, I'm always on Instagram. I am going to try to go back to doing Saturday live streams. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit different when I'm in the States, so please bear that in mind. I am going to try and take the 2 weeks and just enjoy time with my family. If there are specific videos you guys want to see when I'm in America, like home vlogs, obviously I've heard the carpool karaoke. We are gonna do carpool karaoke. I promise. Carpool karaoke, I promise. But if there's other specific videos you guys want to see while I'm in the States, you can leave it in my comments and my DMs, or obviously on the community post as well. I'll put like a little section, like, if you guys want to get blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Again, I really appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much. And like, obviously, as you guys know, this year has just been crazy. These past couple years have just been crazy. And I feel like I'm finally getting to the point where I'm going to be able to have a handle on my life, and I'm going to really be able to do what I want to do and not be held back by the stuff that I've been held back in school. And I'm just really excited. So I hope you guys are staying tuned. I hope you guys don't hate my brown hair, because girl, I hate it. And I'll see you guys another time. Bye.